Welcome to Fans on Patrol. I'm Montago Bradley, here to review Disney's Tomorrowland, directed by Brad Bird. This movie stars George Clooney as Frank Walker, Britt Robertson, Cassie Newton, Hugh Laurel as Nix, and Raffi Cassidy as Athena. Now, one thing you should know about this movie right from the beginning. I felt good walking out of the theater. I walked out the theater and I said, damn, I feel good. It's that type of movie. It wasn't something that's gonna leave you like, oh my God, everything is doomed. It was a really good feel-good movie. Now, when the movie was first introduced with the trailer, they had the star Cassie, played by Britt Robertson. She would touch a coin and she would be whisked away to someplace else and take her finger off of it and she would be back into the regular world, which in the trailer looked pretty bad. So that happened a couple times. It was very cryptic. You might have saw George Clooney in one of the trailers looking at a bunch of TV screens and looking for hope, that type of stuff. And it had an adult feel to it. Recently, the trailer started coming out and then it started looking really kiddie. It almost looked like Spy Kids with better graphics and stuff like that. So the good thing started. George Clooney starts out the movie playing Frank Walker, and he's talking to you, the audience, and trying to give a speech about the future. And in that speech, he's doom and gloom and, oh, woe is me. So he tells a story about young Frank Walker, and that character was played by Thomas Robinson. And he's a young kid back in like 1964, and he goes to the World's Fair and he has an invention and it impresses some people. He ends up stumbling into Tomorrowland. And when he does that, I mean, it's one of the most gorgeous landscapes and things I've ever seen in a science fiction film. I mean, really beautiful. I was sitting there the whole time like, man, Star Wars the city should have looked like this instead of looking all like they did in Star Wars. But you know, a lot of mistakes that science fiction films make, in my opinion, is that they want you to see all the goodies that they made and how they did the graphics, and how they got the spaceship looking, and they want you to look at it and have your jaw drop. And this film does the same thing, but it's not a mistake. They let you take the journey with the main characters, both of them, and taking the journey with them. Their mouth is dropping, so your mouth is dropping, and the score is beautiful. It's right there with it, and it gives you a lot of emotion. And then, you know, you're whisked back. There's a recruiter, and that's Raffi Cassidy. The character's name is Athena. She pretty much takes care of that aspect of Tomorrowland, and she is so dope. I mean, this little girl, she acted so well. She was so grown through the whole thing, kind of like Dakota Fanning grown, and she does an excellent job. The main characters, they all did such a good job. I really want to say hats off to Britt Robertson, because she could have played this role like I'm a young teenager trying to be so hot, because she had to be over 16 because she had a driver's license. She was driving all through the movie. And she could have played it like complicated, and she could have played it like a love-struck teenager that's in love with a vampire and just standing around with your mouth hanging open. But she didn't do that. She was positive, she was upbeat without being annoying. She was not annoying at all. She did a fantastic job. So it's a chase movie. So there's cars, and there's high-speed chases, and there's gadgets, and there's flying, and there's explosions. And we love our explosions here on Fans on Patrol. So it had all that, and it had a rock-solid story, and it was PG, and it didn't need to go any further. It did the job. I recommend it. Go see it. Have fun this holiday weekend and any other weekend. It's a total recommend. You will enjoy this with your kids, your family, your buddy, by yourself, whatever. So until then, Montago Bradley, see you at the movies.